it's Laynie and welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing? Leave it down below. You know I love hearing from you. If I sound froggy, it's because I am. So this is what we're working with here. I also have a space heater running in the background because it was a high of 8 degrees yesterday here. Love it. So that might be putting off a little bit more noise than usual. My apologies, but I don't want to freeze to death. I also have a cup of decaf. No, I shouldn't have another cup, but here I am. This is me in the winter time. But seriously, so glad to sit down and hang out with you guys. Honestly, today's been kind of a train wreck. Today's been rough. I won't lie to you all. So sitting down and hanging out with you guys and talking about something fun like perfume is very needed for my soul. I hope it does good things to your soul as well. Today we're going to talk fragrance tray of the month because we're already solidly into December and I'm running behind per usual. Are we surprised? Not really. So if you enjoy fragrance content, beauty content, and a little bit of lifestyle content sprinkled on top, then click the subscribe button, join the fam. You won't regret it. Let's get going. So last month's tray, you guys, and I will input a little picture here so you can see it. I don't even remember what was on last month's tray. My daughter has been down here playing around, moving all kinds of stuff around between my fragrance closet and my tray, so it's all out of whack. I can also tell you I didn't use much of what was on last month's tray. Truly, the month flew by, and I had some goals, which were to use up these travel sprays by Juliana's, and I succeeded. I used up 3 of them, but it truly took me like the entire month. I do know I wore Rogba 1 or 2 days in the month of November. I love that fragrance. If you love an incensey, unique, effervescent vanilla, it is so good and it is so affordable. But other than that, I wore these a whole lot. Used up Heavenly Hibiscus by Juliana's, which is a dupe of Hibiscus Mahajad. I love this fragrance. I have never smelled the OG, but I think it's really lovely. To my nose, it's a bit fresh, kind of clean, almost a little bit soapy. But there's also this kind of spicy rose in there that's really pretty for a not so much a rose fan. And then there is mint in there as well, which I think gives this a uniqueness. There's some sweetness, a little sugar, definitely different than a lot in my collection. I do really enjoy the opening of this so much. The deep dry down was kind of weird over November as I was using this. On occasion, something in the deep dry down would give me like a BO vibe. I legit was at work a couple times and I was like, hold on. Oh, I was like, oh no, I don't stink. I think it was just something in this that was leaning BO on me, but I wouldn't purchase a full bottle because of that. And then I used up Amore Pour Italia, which is their version of, why am I going blank? Italica, duh. I do like this fragrance. It's like a gourmand, spicy almond dessert type of fragrance. But it's really not overly sweet, which I like because right now overly sweet fragrances are really bothering me. I know, who am I? My nose has changed so much over the last year or 2. I do like this. I'm not obsessed with it. It's not my favorite. It's not something I would need a whole bottle of, but it is really lovely in these winter months. I cannot lie. It definitely scratches the itch in the cold winter months. It gives you seasonal vibes for sure. This one I do love a lot. Like, I could have a full bottle of this. This is Time for Romance, which is their version of Minuit Demi by Fragrance Du Bois, which is so expensive. I think a full bottle is like over $500. No thank you. I have smelled it in person and this is so good and so close. And it definitely gives you all the warm, spicy vibes, but in the sexiest way. It's so good. And then I do want to mention 2 other things I was using at the tail end of the month. I decided to sign up for Scentbird again. I've been wanting to play with new fragrances in my collection, but not wanting to break the bank buying new bottles all the time. I was so excited to see they had the Maker Dream. I've been wanting to smell this one so badly, and none of the Sephoras around me ever have this one. I'd heard such good things about it. In here, there is vanilla bourbon, white sandalwood, cinnamon butter, and magnolia. Like, that says fall. I had heard people on YouTube describe the Maker Dream as a cinnamon roll fragrance, and did that ever make me want to try it? I love cinnamon rolls. And Fenty had a body butter a few years back in the wintertime that smelled exactly like a cinnamon roll that was so delicious and good. I was obsessed with it. So I was really hoping this would remind me of it. I do think the Maker Dream is a really lovely fragrance, and I do get the cinnamon roll vibes in there, but it's not as realistic cinnamon roll as I was hoping for. It's definitely cinnamon. It's definitely got a vanilla sweetness, creaminess. It's not as ooey gooey creamy as I was hoping. I do really enjoy wearing it. Like, it is a nice fragrance. Oh shoot, a full bottle is $175. Okay, I do like it, but I'm not gonna lie, I would not spend that much on it because there's other things that I have smelled that remind me of it. Also, there is something in the deep dry down of Dream that reminds me of pink sugar. Now, not in the opening at all, but there's something about that sweetness and that spiciness that just turns into like a warm, cozy type fragrance that really does give me pink sugar vibes. And one I have been wanting to try so badly. I did get to sniff a little tiny sample back in Kansas City. There's such a difference between sniffing and living in something, and so having this on Scentbird is so cool. This is room 1015 Love-O-Matic, and I feel like so many people have been talking about it on YouTube. Love-O-Matic by room 1015, I believe, sits at around $160, which for a niche perfume is not crazy. Not cheap at all, but not insane. I do feel like room 1015 is one of the more affordable fragrance houses out there. But when I sniffed the sample, I didn't fall in love with it. But I was like, maybe I need to live in it a little bit. Love-O-Matic is truly a fresh laundry scent. I mean, truly. Like you just did a fresh load of laundry. I personally like to use unscented laundry detergent, but like my mother-in-law uses very fragrant laundry soap, and it reminds me of being at her house when she's doing laundry. I love freshies right now. I can't believe it. Like, took me years to get here, but here I am. And this one, I do really like it. Could I see myself maybe picking up a bottle at some point, especially if I found it at a discount on like Mercari for a good deal? I would probably pick it up. But is it what I was hoping? No, because there is the unique notes of strawberry in here, and there's also bubble gum. I think it's actually supposed to be strawberry bubble gum, but I was really thinking it was going to be more candy and laundry, where to me it's really just laundry. Like, I'm really not getting those sweet fruity notes at all. If you have this much laundry soap and this much candy, I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more 50-50. So not what I was expecting from Love-O-Matic. I do like it. I like how fresh I feel wearing it. I think I'm in the wrong season for it. So I do enjoy it, would buy it at a discount, but it's not quite what I was hoping for. So I've been kind of perusing around online, trying to find something else that is fresh laundry that might have a bit more sweetness to it. So if you have any good tips, please let me know. I would love to hear it and check it out for sure. All right, so that's all I have to discuss from November's tray. I'll be gone a hot minute and then I'll check back in with you guys. Might have overfilled my tray this month, but that's okay. A girl can dream, right? So, in no particular order, I decided to put on here, yes, this has been on my tray many times. Yes, I typically never reach for it. I do really like this fragrance. That's why I always consider decluttering it, but then I smell it and I'm like, no, I get like a grapey tuberose. It's really yummy. It's very sultry. For that, I probably won't reach for it a lot on my tray, but again, gonna try. I need to work through her a little bit. Decided to keep one my daughter put on here, and this is Lolita Land by Lolita Lempicka. Recently, why am I going blank? Demi Rawlings talked about it on one of her videos I saw, and this is a beautiful marshmallowy syrupy fragrance. If you like Love Don't Be Shy, it is in that vein. Not dupes or anything, but definitely similar type of fragrance. And so I was like, kind of the season for it, gonna pull it out. Vanilla Creme Brulee. This was a random pickup at TJ Maxx for $14.99, and honestly, I really like it, but it's very yummy, scrumptious almond. And so if you don't like almond, I don't think you would like this. Dead Cool's Mochi Milk. I love this fragrance. I just haven't worn it a lot. It really smells like mochi to me. Another yummy one that I need to bust out because it is the right season for it. Chocolate Queen by Novatus. This definitely reminds me of Christmas time, so I'll probably wear it at Christmas. My Letta 20 Bourbon Brulee. I won't lie, this is one I struggle with, but I have struggled with others in her collection and then come around to love them. This has a smokiness in there, and smoky fragrances are not my favorite. Letta's 18 Vanilla Nera, when I first got it, I was like, oh no, this is not for me. This had to grow on me. I mean, I have used her. Then I decided to pick up my Black Opium. This is the Black Opium Neon Green, I think it's called actually, hence the green. My dad got me this one year for Christmas. I love the smell of Black Opium, and this has a fig note in there that I think adds a really nice creaminess. And then I was like, what the heck? I don't necessarily know if this is a winter fragrance. This is Juliana's Lower Manhattan, which is their dupe of Bond No. 9 Tribeca. One that is a real different one for this time of year, but I was like, what the heck? Again, something different. Zara Cashmere Musk, which is a popcorn musk. This was kind of a last minute pick. I was like, Ongham Gold. Yes, I'm going to pick that because this is a pretty rich fragrance. It smells a lot like Burberry Goddess. And then 2 body sprays. I was like, cold weather, I'm going to throw them on. This is Moon Milk. I want to get through this winter because I have a full bottle. I had to get a backup. The only backup I have in my collection is this. And then I think one that's really good for this time of year is the Vanilla Skin by Fleur. But this is so smooth and creamy that like I am drawn to this right now. Vanilla Skin all the way. That is what's on my tray. That's what I'm going to try to use up. We'll see what I get to, honestly, because like I said, I'm getting a late start here. All right, guys, so sorry that this video is probably 100 million years long. Thank you for hanging out with me. Truly, I needed this. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye-bye.